people think the Battle of Karbala or At-Taf was only for men. Only men had played a role in that day. But perhaps that's not really a true vision. Because youth and women, side to side, they had a part. They had a big role also in the Battle of At-Taf. And tonight is a night that's been designated for Al-Qasim. Al-Qasim ibn al-Hassan. Al-Qasim, who was a son of Imam al-Hassan alayhi salam. Imam al-Hassan, who is a brother of Imam al-Hussein. So let's talk a little bit about Al-Qasim. Who is Al-Qasim? Al-Qasim was 2 or 3 years old when his father, Imam al-Hassan, he passed away. Then Imam al-Hussein, he adopted him as a son for himself. And he raised him, educated him, until the day of Karbala came. And on the day of Karbala, Al-Qasim was only 13 or 14 years old. So he wasn't really, probably he's Mustafa's age, or maybe a bit younger. So he was a very young little man, I would say. But he had a role on that day too. It wasn't only Imam Hussein or Al-Abbas who fought on that day. All, side to side to them, youth, they had a role. So Al-Qasim, he was only 13 or 14, as I mentioned. That day, he came a couple of times to Imam Hussein, asking him and begging him to fight for him. But Imam Hussein said, no, you're like my son, you're very young, no, keep yourself away from the battlefield. I want you to be with the rest in the tents. But he didn't like it. He said, no, I want to go. And he came a couple of times asking and begging Imam Hussein to go to fight to him. But Imam Hussein, every time, he rejected him. Until when all the brothers and all the companions of Imam Hussein alayhi salam, they passed away and they got killed by the Yazidi army. Then Imam al-Hussein came in the battlefield shouting, ألا من ناصر ينصرنا ألا من ذاب يذب عن حرم رسول الله. So he shouted in the army, in the Yazidi army, asking, anybody out there wanted to defend the family of Prophet Muhammad? Anybody want to fight with us against the Yazidi for our cause, to fight the injustice? When this 13 years old kid, when he heard this big statement that till now, it's whenever anybody said it, or if you hear it, it's shaking the ground, that the grandson of the Prophet Muhammad shout in the crowd that I am alone, that the family of the Prophet alone, and nobody is defending them. When this 13 years old, he heard this, he said, no, I need to go. I need to be with my uncle, fight next to him. So he went to his mom, asking her, please, talk to my uncle. Let him allow me to fight against the Yazidi army. So the last time when he came, Al-Qasim went to Al-Hussein ibn Ali alayhi salam. Then he said, okay, my son, but I wouldn't love to see you in this situation. I wanted to see you old enough, getting married, having a happy life. But unfortunately, I don't think we will live to that end. So go ahead and fight. And he went so happy, which is usually people when they go and fight in a battle, they are not happy. They're either afraid because they are leaving their families back, or because they are afraid because they are getting killed soon, and he's only 13 years. And these guys are notorious soldiers in the Yazidi army. And he went, he fought well until like his sandal get ruptured, And then he wanted to fix it, to go again and fight. And one of the soldiers of Yazid came and saw this guy busy, like trying to fix his sandal. And he hit him with a sword on his head, leading him to death. So the message today is for the fathers and also for their sons or kids. If Imam Hussein or Imam al-Hassan, they didn't raise this kid, Al-Qasim, to have those values to fight against injustice, Al-Qasim wouldn't be Al-Qasim. And if Al-Qasim himself, if he thought that, no, I'm just a kid, I'm 13 years old, what I'm gonna do, what kind of change I can do, Al-Qasim wouldn't be Al-Qasim. So my brothers, as a fathers or as little brothers, always put this in your mind, that you always can make a change. And hopefully a change to the right. And by this I finish my part. Let's have big salat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. وأما الآن مع كلمة قصيرة